streaming. I am streaming. Test. Okay. Let's start at Lelue for the win. And while that's loading up, let me go to my email. This is becoming fun. Okay. The latest from Arc Game Support. Let me get that loaded so I can read it. Destroy Tzenkethi ships, defeat Gorn on Nimbus, destroy Terran ships Battlezone. Seems like good endeavors this time. I like it a lot. Okay. Well, that's loading. I'm gonna read off the latest from Arc Game Support back to me. As I mentioned yesterday, I sent them a message about responding and telling them I didn't use any Zen to rename my ship, even though they show that it got renamed, but they don't know who, on what end, or who did it. For some reason, they don't know this stuff. Whatever. I told them I renamed it to Spork and stuff. So, yeah. So my message to them was, hello, thanks for responding. I'm aware of the two ship names that were force changed. That I'm okay with. All I know is when I went to select my character Scorpwana and then I clicked the play button, it popped up character rename field. Note, I did not use any Zen to purchase a rename token. I then had no choice but to type something in, so I renamed the character Spork to access my character. Does this mean that I can have Does this mean that I can have my player/captain's name Scorpwana again? If so, am I going to have to buy a rename token? Since I did not have to buy one when I was forced to change to Spork, what I think happened is whoever is in charge or has the ability to force rename ships may have accidentally clicked to have my character rename pop up. Thoughts? I hope you're able to understand what I mean, since it popped up for me to rename my captain and wouldn't let me type in Scorpwana. I had no choice but to type something in else Spork or so. Oh, God, I can't talk right now. I had no choice but to type in something else, Spork. Again, no rename token was used. I never spent Zen on one. If I were to have to buy a rename token, which again I shouldn't have to, could I rename myself back to Scorpwana? Or is my name Scorpwana now flagged as being inappropriate, just as GM Laura said? I think there is some confusion about what was flagged as inappropriate. So in closing, do I have permission to use my original captain's name, Scorpwana, as my name again? Looking forward to a reply. Thanks, Scorpwana. So this is what Mavis from tech support of ARC said back to me. Hello. Thanks for the update on this. I am sorry for the late reply and for the inconvenience I'm sorry for the late reply and for the inconvenience this has caused you. Since I do not see anything inappropriate about the Scorpwana name, you can use it again for your character's name. Also, from your speculation, that might be what happened, though I wish I could check it for you to confirm, but I'm afraid we have no tools to do so. For now, I can only confirm to you that you can reuse your old character name. If you have further issues with this, feel free to reach out to us again. Regards, GM Mavis Game Master. So that means when I click on my character name today, if I don't have a rename automatically, I'm going to have to buy one to rename my character back to my original name, which I think would be unfair, but whatever. It's just Zen, isn't it? I didn't pay for it. I just have been saving the lithium to turn it to Zen. So there you go. I just think it's crazy. And tonight we're eating something shitty again. Because I have no life outside of fucking work. Our inventory.
Arctic Knight says, same no life. No money equals no life.
That's right. Well, I do, you know, work and... Oh, hello, by the way. just replying like no one... Anyway, well, I do work, you know, to have a job, that sort of thing. But I just don't have any free time for life. I'm constantly at work all the time. And it's just... Sometimes it's annoying, you know. But at least I'll be able to rename myself back to myself when I come across me tonight. So there should be no problem with that. I just wish that they would have told me, hey, okay, well, we'll have the rename thing for you or whatever. I doubt it's going to be that way. How are you doing tonight? And congratulations on another early start for my stream. I don't plan on making it as long as the last one, because I stayed up like
Arctic Knight says,
3 hours.
I closed tonight. Skip lunch too, since no one to cover.
Ah. Wow. So what kind of retail are you in? Is it like grocery or like merchandise sales? Or all of the above? Like a big store, or you only have like two to three people or so that work in like half a day and then close the store down at night?
Arctic Knight says, go figure, the opener won't be in, and I ask if they want me in early, couldn't get a answer. Arctic Knight says, big store, hardware.
Okay. So you don't know if anybody's going to come in to open the place up, or if you have to go in to open it up, huh? Don't you just love it when the upper management doesn't know what's going on? Or doesn't know how to answer a simple question? It's so fun. Oh wow, what the hell? It's a block of ice hovering in the sky. But yeah, I don't plan on being online as long tonight, because last night when we went over, and I apologize for like just jumping right over to Trisander's stream without like a proper goodbye from mine. I just don't think about it, and I need to get better at that. But it's crazy that, you know, I went over there and he was just about to get off of there.
Arctic Knight says, people are quitting like made, since they cut the hours.
Ah, I guess that makes some sense. On average,
Arctic
how many...
Knight says, no worries, it was just us.
On average, how many employees are at your place of work? Because we only have like about, let's see, maybe 5 people at ours. So 6, I think. Yeah, there's 6 that work at our store. One of them is restricted in a type of way where they had an accident before ever getting like a job with us, and they can only
Arctic Knight says,
work out
30-40.
Wow. Okay, so you're like a major type hardware store or something like that. Like what we'd have, like a Lowe's or something here. A big chain. Probably, is it a chained type hardware place?
Arctic Knight says, yup.
Gotcha. Yeah, which means it's got a corporate office and...
Arctic Knight says, you said.
Yeah. It means the higher-ups think they know how to run the business, but they're never there, like, to actually see it ran. They don't know what you have to really deal with every day on a customer basis. So we have one employee that was, since I didn't originally start at the store that I work at now. I was quit transferred in a way. I didn't quit, but I was let go from one and then kind of rehired before the let go was official. And at this store, they had hired someone who had been in an automobile accident before, and it kind of gave him some brain damage, so they just gave him a job to do freight only, so he doesn't have to work a register. Um, then there's another, since we sell alcohol and tobacco, another one that is under the age. They're of age to work there, but underage to sell. So they can't sell like that stuff on the register. So they mostly just stay out on the sales floor and or a backup register for people who aren't going to get said items and stuff. Which is, it's fine that they're underage, but it does kind of hinder, like, the customers do get kind of upset that someone else has to always come up and check them out or whatever. So I'm always on the register anyway. But this one, she's in school too, so they have a like certain set of hours she can only work. She was originally supposed to be there for freight, but people quit, and because of the hours situation, like you're saying. And then there's like the manager, an assistant manager, myself, and a recent, within like 2 weeks, just regular type sales associate. So there's only 6 of us there, and it's just a average, like, dollar store type business anyway, or what we would call a dollar store. It's Dollar General. Let's not beat around the bush. Hope I'm not breaking their social media policy. But we can talk about what I do there, as long as I don't talk about the business side of it, according to the policy. But they've had a lot of people quitting since COVID. Like they're saying the pay's not good enough, or they were getting like government money type thing, and not thinking they have to work or whatever. And you got truck drivers who deliver everything. They're starting to quit, or have been quitting. So it makes the trucks that deliver stuff to your store like really late, and when it comes, if it does. One thing I really hate about like where I work is you don't get the opportunity to do anything. Like, if you're on a register, yes, checking out people, part of the job, helping customers, that sort of thing. But you don't get enough time to actually do something to, that makes progress in the store. Of course, retail or of any kind, you just feel like you're doing a Groundhog Day anyway, every day. But, you can't get out there and work on some project that needs to really be done because you only have like maybe 1 or 2 people working per shift, and because the way they do the shifting and stuff, which reminds me, I was told to do some surveys to make the business look better. We're not supposed to do surveys. I was always told you can get terminated for doing them. But when the district manager tells you, hey, do them, what do? So I don't do them anyway. But I always get on that the Reddit for the company, which is created by, I think, some random person, that works for the company or did. And it's nothing on there but a bunch of people just complaining, like all the workers and stuff. And me, I get on there too and complain and just read about everybody else's problems. It's like a written version of this. It's just an outlet. But at least, see, on the 14th, we were supposed to have an inventory done on our store, and we were nowhere near ready at all. I mean, we just got to like swap out of managers and all that kind of stuff, and just not ready for it. And today, when I got there, they told me that it had been postponed until like November, which is great. But I also have like, let's see, 120 vacation days or hours, rather.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Yeah, it's 120 hours, and that's only because I'm full time. If I when I can take them, which I can't, the company shuts it off around like November and December. They don't want anybody leaving and going on vacations and holidays or whatever during the busy time of the year. So I guess I'm going to be screwed about doing that again. Because as soon as that's over with, like, you know, the Christmas holidays, then we'll go into regular time. They'll probably jump me back down to part-time, and which negates my vacation. I've been losing it every single year, no matter what. I can't seem to get it taken. I'm full-time, and that's what qualifies you for vacation at Dollar General. I've been working there for over like 10 years. And just this recent, maybe past 3 years is whenever I became full-time. Because I didn't care anything about being there. Like, as long as I have a job, I have a certain set of money that comes in from the job, I'll work it. You know, I don't mind if someone else needs hours or something. I'll give a day away, you know. I've done that several times, given 2 away in a week. But sometimes you just need a break from it too. Which is why it never bothered me. Then when I became full-time, they're like, oh, you have 120 hours of vacation time. I'm like, what? Wow. But as soon as I got those hours, then it was like maybe less than a month until my anniversary date, which to do a vacation at the Dollar General, you have to give like a month's advance notice that you're going to take a vacation. So I lost that first time. Then I was like, I'm going to do this, get it again kind of thing. Whenever that came up, and then it turned into the holidays, and couldn't do it because they locked it out. Then it came up to like something else had happened. I don't know if it was the COVID thing or whatnot. I don't know. Let me think. This would be the 3rd year. So 2019 is when I had the anniversary one, and had the full vacation for the rest of that year, but couldn't take it because of the holidays after that. Because once it hit like maybe around August, September and all that, that's whenever they wind it down for Halloween and Thanksgiving and all that kind of crap in the United States. So the beginning of the year is when you take it. But since COVID started, they've been kind of like making everybody hold off on vacation until it was like clear enough for certain things, or in telling them to throw a vacation day in there if you need to work, or if you have a day off and you want your check to be big or whatever kind of thing. And I was just working every day anyway, so I never had that opportunity. And then about like May or so is whenever I got let go from one place, and so I got a complete payout of my vacation time, 120 hours for my check. Then another manager heard that I had been let go, grabbed me up before I was completely terminated, and set me at part-time, which deleted the vacation time anyway. So I didn't have it for a while, and then people started quitting because of stuff or whatever. So I became full-time again. They re-enabled it, and I couldn't take it because it was getting close again to my anniversary thing, and then the holidays started up again. So it's just crazy. Can't get it done. Let's see. Ooh, 100,000 energy credits. Look at that. Okay. And like, yeah, I don't know if you stuck around. Like after I went to Prizander's or Trizander's stream, and then he went and raided another dude, and I stuck around on it, like talking to the guy. He was playing Star Trek Online console, and I had never seen that one before. So I thought interesting, so I stuck around and watched it for like an hour. And he jumped over to somebody else completing a raid train that I guess I started that. And ended up watching somebody else's stream for like 30 minutes. It was like a constant watching of streams. And I had forgotten about uploading mine or this here to YouTube so the YouTube people can watch it, which is only just one person that really watches it. It's Ridius704. He's pretty cool. He's from Britain. So yeah, I had to like kind of skip watch that to make the chapter marks for YouTube, so it's easier for people to go to certain places if they don't want to watch all of it, you know. And so I didn't end up going to bed like way later than usual. Then I had to wake up earlier, and I gotta get up even earlier tomorrow because I gotta be there 2 hours earlier than normal time for no reason, other than just to go to work. So sometimes working can get in the damn way of everything. I'd like to have like a few days off in a row. I mean, I used to get stuff like that back when I was part-time. Hell, when I became full-time, I told them, just leave me at, give me the full-time thing and whatever, but you don't have to give me all the full-time hours. And they were okay with that. Because it's, like, 30 plus hours is what you get is full-time. And nothing less than that. But they would always give me less anyway and kept me at full-time because I'd been there for so long. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't really understand a lot of it, but yeah, I don't know. Lelue, Michael. I mean, like the managers, they get, it's supposed to be 48, but people argue on that damn Reddit about it that it was 40, but it's 40 fucking 8. I know it is. That the managers, they get salary, so there's a set amount that they have to work or whatever, but they don't have to use the clock in and out. So how does the company even know they're really there, doing the job? There's the question. When I worked at the previous, not store, but another business, which was Family Dollar, they at least made their managers use the clock in and out even though they were on salary to prove that the manager was there. Like when they'd show up in the morning or whatever, they'd have to use clock in and out because it would document that they were actually there doing their hours. I think they need to do that too where I'm at. Because I've known a lot of managers that would come in and open a store up or whatever, and then as soon as somebody came in to be like work with them during the day, say you open at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and then somebody comes in at 9 o'clock just to be there for maybe 6 hours or something. Well, then the manager like would leave, like an hour later after that, so they'd leave at like 10 and be there only 2 hours a day, and still get paid for 48 hours a week kind of situation. That's how a lot of them do that. I mean, it's not really that fair, but right now, the person that's managing the one I'm working at is actually a worker and does hang around, Nothing like the previous one I did have at the other place that I worked, though. That one would get there at like 5:30 in the morning and stay until like 6 o'clock at night. But it's all about that, Oh, I've still got that weapon. It's downgraded, too. I need to, like, swap. I hadn't updated that, the weapon that, dude yesterday was talking about. I'm gonna have to dig into my Dyson Sphere money. Red alert's still going on. I can't swap. Damn it. So yeah, tomorrow I have to get up at 11 a.m., which I'm not used to because I'm one of them people that I gotta go to sleep in the morning like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm okay with that, but everybody else isn't. But it's because I like to stay up. I'm like a night person. Stay up late at night, early morning. Hell, I get home, like about 9:30/10 o'clock my time, and then I like, get prepared and do this. And when I'm done with this, then I have like a few hours left to be awake. And if I have to go in early, I can't be awake that much. I have to get at least 6 to 7 hours in order to function at work, even though I need more than that. I need a few days. I need to like have 8 days off a week. That'd be nice. 26-hour days. No. It's a real downer though, going in every single day. Sporadic off days, never a set schedule. It varies from like day-to-day type situation. I mean, you can be scheduled for, say, well, the new thing they have, which is called Legion, you can set it to what days or what hours you would like to work on those days and stuff. And nobody ever pays attention to it. Because I got myself set for like 4:30 in the evening till closing. And I still have to go in at like 2 or 1 o'clock or 12 or something like that. Which is not as bad. But it means I can't stay up longer in between time I get home. I like to do that whole at least 6 hours of just time to just relax and do whatever. And it's a lot harder whenever you have to get up early. So I got to give myself an additional 15 minutes to wake up these days. Going through my 3rd alarm clock. I keep waking up before it. Why'd I even bother? It could be sort of sad thinking about things like when I work there, since I've been at the business for 10 plus years, and the manager that we have now has only been there maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe 4. You know, so I've got more time experience, and they have more manager experience while in the company, not before the company. If they went in at that particular store they're at now, they went in as like a regular salesperson and then worked their way up, which I always recommend. You know, people do. Like if you're gonna go in to just basic retail without any kind of like previous experience in retail or college or anything like that, it's best to always start at the very bottom of the totem pole and learn as you go, so where you're prepared, versus jumping the gun and just saying, okay, well, we need an assistant manager here or whatever, and department manager, whatever you want to call some of them. And then they just throw somebody green into the situation, and they end up like quitting and wanting more hours and not appreciating the fact that you don't really want those hours all the time. I mean, at least I don't have a family. That's one thing. I have family, but I don't have a family to go home to. No time. Blame Michael Myers. Water. All good, don't be like that. We're starting to get, I think this truck that's coming next for our store that we're at, it's going to be Christmas items and stuff coming in. Oh boy. It's only September. And it's kind of late because they wanted the sections for the Christmas stuff set like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's so crazy. Like, they'll tell you, okay, well, we have Halloween coming. Go over there and set that. And you're like, but we just set that for back to school. Well, set it now for this. And then a few weeks later, like, move that Halloween out of the way and put it for Christmas over here. You know, like, huh? Why don't we, like, slow it down a little bit there, bud, you know? So, they just gotta push it. We have people come in and they complain about, we ain't even over whatever right now, you know? I always like those customers to say, well, you need to whatever, you know. You need to get this and you need to do that. I'm thinking, I ain't needing to do shit. You need to order this. Dude, I'm not in charge of ordering. What the hell? Store itself pretty much does the ordering around here. Yeah. And my goodness, right? Okay. Tonight, some of the closing duties or whatever, you know, yeah. We check the bathrooms and make sure they're populated for the customers to use, you know, like toilets and, you know, wash their hands, all that kind of good stuff. Well, 2 nights ago, I grabbed an antibacterial hand soap dispenser with hand soap in it off of one of the shelves and performed a store use for it so that we can use it in the customer's restroom. Because we do have more than one restroom, but since COVID happened, they decided to make everybody go to the same one and have separate ones for whatever, you know, reasons. and it's just one for customers to come in. And I store used and placed this this antibacterial hand soap into the restroom. Well, today when I went in there to fill it back up with toilet paper, paper towels, clean it a little bit, trash, whatever, it was gone. Somebody has stole the antibacterial hand soap that I just put there. Of course, it's not bolted down or anything like that. Not like in big businesses or anything where it's like a dispenser. It's just a little hand pump one you can, a customer could buy. But I just thought that is so tacky. I know that the company does have the ability to have the dispensers on the wall, because at the previous store that I worked at, we had them on the wall, but we just never used them because there was really no need. We always got the little hand pump ones, and they always stayed in there. But no, man, you can't even get one little thing out where I'm at. Somebody will steal that shit. There was an employee picnic table outside for the employees to go out and smoke and all that kind of stuff and just sit and whatever, Well, it's gone as of like 2 days ago as well. It just disappears. And I was like, wow, it's been there for a while. Anybody in the vehicle, I guess, can just take what they want around the world nowadays. They have released the trailer for a new trailer for Star Trek Picard Season 2. More details and stuff into that. I watched the trailer this morning whenever I got up. Or this evening when I got up this morning. My morning, when I wake up, that's my morning, no matter what time of the day it is. Because morning always happens a certain time. And that's like a few hours after you wake up. But looks like it's going to involve time travel. And more so past time travel. Kind of like the voyage home was, like, to the present past / now past for the Federation. And I watched a trailer for the new Matrix movie that's coming out on Christmas or December or something. I think it's the 25th. And it looks like John Wick is Neo instead of Keanu being Neo. It's Keanu Reeves with his John Wick look. I guess his normal everyday look. I saw a lot of people complaining underneath the video for the trailer that it didn't have that green tinge, like like the Matrix movies had that greenish Matrixy look. But they forget, like, the last of the trilogy movie, it kind of reset everything and it was brighter colors and stuff. So that's where that, I guess, comes into play. It had a lot of scenes of Neo taking pills and seeing a psychiatrist. And they had the motorcycle. There was some behind the scenes shots that whenever filming the new Matrix movie of Keanu Reeves on the back of a motorcycle with Carrie Moss. And it's in the trailer. So it's pretty interesting. Fill it up. Okay, we got 9 of 10 of that one going. Do we want that one? No. Ooh. Though it's 110. Gosh, that's loud. $45.70.35. 45.70. How's that looking? Nope. Okay. Throw in the one big towel there. There we are. Okay, we're full on that. But it's still saying we can collect. Oh, I didn't collect them. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Ooh, that right there is a good one. 80, 35, 45. Damn it. Wrong one. There we go. 35, 26. Let's see, so that would be about. I'll throw that in there. Okay. Now I gotta get some more dilithium for Michael Myers. Ooh. Nice. Nice. That's really paying off, all that kind of stuff there. Alright. I think tonight on my main character, since I will rename it one way or the other, I'm going to play another episode of the past. To see what all the changes are. Oh, that's interesting. Looks like he's wearing a Speedo or something. With some, something going on here. What you doing there, buddy? You running after a Voth, huh, are ya? I wanna go wee ye. Yeah, we're gonna go wee ye. Boom! And over here. Right. You know the suit here. The Red Angel suit, it's kind of growing on me. Like, I'm kind of liking the armor from it. From this character. Even though it's not as screen accurate as it can be. I don't know why they don't make it perfectly screen accurate. It's close, but not completely close. As close as it can be. In no words. No words. Dude, you just now doing that one, man. My gosh. Get into a pattern, man. I always love it whenever I'm at work and these people they'll come in, because since my mom in the area had a business, a little store that sold fishing tackle, and around hunting season, hunting stuff, you know, and checked in game and all that kind of stuff. They know her more than they know me, but I was just there sometimes, like on the computer or when getting off from school, we'd go there and way back in the day. So they'll come in and they'll look at me and they go, "Oh, hey, tell your mom I said hello." And they won't tell me who they are. So I'm like, okay. So when I see my mom, I'll say, "Hey, somebody told me to tell you hello for them." She'll say, "Who was it?" And I said, "I don't know." Well, what they look like? So I can't remember. They just told me to tell you hello. She goes, well, whenever you see him again, tell him I said hello back. I was like, okay. I don't pay attention to half of what people say either. They'll tell me things and they'll get into like a complete, like, rambling story, kind of like I do on here. But you know, to me, when I'm working and needing to focus on other things or whatever, and they'll be just telling me their life story. You know, it's mostly people I've never seen before. It's different when it's the same customers that come in on a daily basis that you see. That's different from people that you've only seen like one time, that you know it's not a regular customer that you always see. And they'll come in there and they'll say, you know, that they're passing through and that this is a nice store, and then they'll get into this whole thing about 20 years ago whenever they were at so-and-so place or whatever, and they're like, okay, yeah, and then they'll tell you something personal about themselves, and like, man, this ain't a psychiatry session, what's it going on? You're starting to charge for this? Sometimes I do like hearing like people's stories and stuff, like, you know, about what they've been doing with their life, and kind of imagining myself doing certain things too, since I don't really have a life. I mean, I don't feel like I need to travel around the world like a lot of people. I'm happy being just by myself, alone, playing Star Trek. Or watching a movie. I had always wanted to like get one of those projectors, you know, they have. You can project onto a wall or something, like a movie. Just to have it to watch movies on. But I can't really watch movies like on something that big. I can barely watch it on something this small. Alright, captured number 2. For Letitia, or Letitia, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's bad or racist to have a character that is named that. I guess we'll find out if this account gets banned or something like for having a name, which I'm not surprised. With the way the world is now, with the, you know, overly being somewhat racist about small little things. You know, heritage problems, getting rid of things out there that have been, you know, in history forever. It'd be almost like, you know, them saying that they don't like how the Romans were or whatever, and they just decided to remove them from the history books. It's selective. It's so it's so stupid. Hold on to what you have. Maybe the Mandela effect to take it away from you. Ooh, that's some freaky stuff, isn't it? Okay, Methuselah, we'll need you out here because you never know how this is going to go. Mr. Methuselah Drone loves to kill some shit. I think I remember the episode that it was in. I don't know why it calls itself Nomad, though, when you launch it. So I want to say, on the show, it never said that. So I can believe that's Spec Ops right there. Like, those look like soldiers, right? Those Voth. But whenever they have the ones that say medics, and they look just like those, they don't need to be like this big bulky thing. They need to be the little Voth in lab coats or something. You know, blue or, oh, I don't know. A different kind of Voth. You know, update the Voth. How about that, Star Trek Online? Upgrade the Voth. Make them look a little different. Enemy targets on sensors. Sensors. Wait a minute. Is that captured? Yeah, okay. I need to dump my credits. My credits need to take a dump. I mean, if they change the Voth up, I mean, we've had, like, what, the scientists on Voyager, which is, I guess, the basic little Voth on here. And we never really saw any other kind of Voth. We just, like, just that one episode, right? The Voyager. I think it would be interesting to bring them back just for some reason. You know, like, maybe in Picard one year. Patrick Stewart's still there. Man, he is, like, I know he was, like, old whenever they had TNG, and he's ages as everybody does, but it's like within the past few years he's aged, like, severely. Because whenever he was in Logan, that movie with Wolverine Logan, it's like, I think that's the time when I saw it. You know, he was going, like, you know, his voice wasn't as pronounced and it was more weaker sounding, like an old man's weakness, you know. Versus Shatner doesn't have that. He's like, what? A lot older than Patrick Stewart. How old is Patrick Stewart? Son of a bitch. I hate when I do this. Let's see. Patrick Stewart. Stewart. How old are ye? He's 81 years old. Guess that makes some sense. So around Star Trek, it was like 93? No, 87. I think 87 is whenever Star Trek Next Generation came out, right? So, how old was Patrick Stewart during Next Generation? He was 47. Wow. So he was already about halfway there whenever whenever that started up. It's so hard to believe it's been that many years ago. But it seems as though, like, several years back, whenever Patrick Stewart would voice kind of himself on like Family Guy and what was that other one? American Dad. His voice sounded stronger. But I guess, you know, he is 81 years old now, so I guess that means you kind of do, you know, voice kind of does change. It's almost like this lady that comes in to the store, and she's elderly, but she's not, you know, crippled elderly. She's getting around. She gets around great. I mean, she's got to be like maybe 70s at least. But when she talks, it's like her voice doesn't stay a basic tone. It kind of like shuffles in and out, like if you were to talking to a fan. But it's like, are you doing, like vibrating, you know? How are you? I'm okay, you know. And I don't know, like, how do you get to that? Is it something to do with the vocal cords changing as you age? Do they just, if it gets weak or something, I don't know. I need to look that up. And like, what is the health of someone have to be at to get to that level? Because from what I can see, like, getting back to Star Trek stuff, since Shatner turned 90, and you still see him on commercials, you still see him like just actively doing something out there, and he sounds as though he's still like in his 60s or something like that, you know. But of course, you know, he does have his little breathing machine, and I want to say he's got some new teeth, but other than that, he doesn't sound wheezy weak or whatever. But I don't know. I guess anybody could, depending on their health, but yeah. And it's not to, to say anything bad against people who... Oh, wow, that's a jump for them. To say anything against people who are in bad health or their voices are weak or something, but it just seems it's like a huge leap in that. And that's just, I guess, me watching some of the Star Trek movies lately and remembering, hey, this is Patrick Stewart. And then all of a sudden Picard comes out and you're like, what the hell? You're thinking, why? I could see like a prequel show of Picard, and they could have that Pogo dude doing Picard, because I don't know if you ever watched that. It's on YouTube, where this dude that
All 3 silos are under
goes by
Allied control.
Pogo.
Excellent work.
He took like Picard and Data and had them singing and that like thing or whatever, and he like had a uniform of Picard, and he's got that facial structure of Patrick Stewart and could play an actual young Picard if they wanted to do that. If he wanted to ever learn to act and stuff. He can probably play a Data too, because he's got that. It just has the look whenever he's in the makeup. It was pretty interesting. But maybe, in Picard the show, they could have it where he reminisces and stuff, and maybe the 3rd season could be like viewing it from his childhood or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll be going too far, like his previous escalades in the academy and all that. Maybe like what is it? Like they kind of did. Damn it! I can't think of what I'm talking about here. Shit. Almost like the Kelvin timeline thing, but differently, Like Picard back in his academy, he will have the because in TNG, you learn from like one episode about his heart being artificial, and Q kind of takes him back into like it never happened, and where he would be in Starfleet if it hadn't happened. But go back to like his academy days and his first like being in the under the command of somebody in some ship it was at the time. I can't remember the details. That'd be interesting, I think. Kick it back old school, and then like at the very ending of it or whatever, he gets promoted to captain, and then says like a memo or whatever from Starfleet saying your command's going to be the Enterprise D, come whatever, and you see like the bald dude just walking out, That'd be the kind of thing I'd think. Like you get the Superman shields, I don't know. Talking on my head again. None of it's in progress and none of it's worth getting. It sucks ass. We're gonna have to make it worth getting. Let's see. 45, 95, 45. Get that. Nah, one more. Well, I posted... This is getting off that one subject and onto another one. But I posted a question on the forums about the temporal agent thing. Why wasn't it actually like popping up to create a new one from a new character slot or something? And
back to your stations. The VODs have returned.
Got a few replies to that, which we talked about that a little yesterday here. I just wanted to see what everyone else's idea of it was. And someone says, well, yes, you do get one free one if you've never done one before. And someone said, no, you do this or whatever. And it was just confusing as hell. We're going to have to get that one out of the way. It's got 50,000, so 49, 67. Let's see. 56 is good. 48. I need more bottom than the top. So that should knock it in, right? But a lot of people's take was like the Klingon recruit one that happened. Well, they've never had it before, so yes, it did give a free character slot to people. The ones who've never had the Delta, it gave them a free one, which is why it gave me a free one. Then the Gamma, it gave me a free Gamma, and not the Temporal because I already have a Temporal. But during the time, if you have any character slots available, you can make Temporals all the time or whatever. So, yeah. It's just a little gimmick thing. So you have to like pay for more characters and stuff. Seems to be what it's all about, paying. That's what the game's all about. If I could program a game, like build one, which not saying I couldn't, anybody can. It's just the time and effort put into it and learning the skill to do it in the programming language of said engine. I guess Unreal Engine would be the thing to do these days because it's on everything now. Or build one from scratch. That'd be kind of interesting. I wouldn't be able to do that. That'd take forever. And I do have... I got like... If you had a scale of the knowledge of programming language, like 1 to 100, I'd probably be like 0.5. Even though I do understand a lot of the syntax of it and regular expression, which is a part of programming, like the advanced stuff or whatever, like AI type shit. But
Arctic Knight says, I have 0.
See, you got plenty as much as I do. But I mean the if then else statements and all that. I mean, to learn programming is fun to me in a way, because when I first started doing anything, you know, before the internet was super big, I mean back in the like 90s, whenever I first had a laptop, and it was a used one, of course, I'd play in Microsoft Paint or something and learn how to update my own computer, work on computer, that sort of thing, and kind of got more advanced with it than the average person around me, and they thought I was magical because I knew all this shit. So that's why I'd always get called out from class and go fix computers at school or something. But anyway, that's another story. I've already told it before, but I can tell it again because, you know, it's fun to tell stories over and over. But when you get to like say building a website, which was my first online thing that I ever did, is learning HTML, or the basics of HTML, the basic things to get you started, which is like the brackets and the HTML and bracket, opening brackets, closing brackets, that sort of thing. And once you learn that, I got into like chatting and MIRC scripting, which is a programming language inside of the IRC chat client, MIRC, which stood for My IRC. And it kind of introduced me to more of the if-then-else statement stuff that you have, which if-then-else statements they're relatively easy. It just depends on which programming language it is. I mean, you set the values of something, say like x equals 1, you know, or x equals go. And then you have like someone inputs something, or something triggers something to say, well, x actually equals stop. Well, then you go, your if statement is, if x equals go, do this, else do this, or else if it equals, you know, stop or go or whatever, you do this instead. So it's like a if then else like tree that just branches off forever into whatever you want it to do. And once you get an idea of something to do, you can become obsessed over it. And that's what happened to me. I came down to the point where I was making like bots for a channel, and had like an Abbott Costello little bots, and they would do who's on first if you just you triggered them with a who's on first. You can have them like just direct message you, like slash PM you, and they'll do the whole skit. Then I was introduced to like infobot, so I had to make my own in IRC. And finally, I wanted to make or incorporate more auto like generating type stuff onto websites. So I started learning Perl because I was introduced to Perl, and I found out like I loved like learning it and like database stuff and using SQL tables and that sort of thing to store data, text files for whatever. Learn PHP, and all it is like it's a basic type function. It's just having the idea to like a goal or a project to actually kickstart the learning process. And that's what I liked about it. So I would have like one of my computers at home. Since we didn't have the internet at my house at that time, I downloaded the Apache web server software and put it on one of my old computers at the house so that I can run a web server to test a lot of stuff that I was creating. And downloaded like the manual to how to like the programming language itself, and I found like it very useful for things. Like for instance, I have a Perl script, which is a Perl programming like file or whatever, to auto sort files or rename them a certain way in the folder, and give me the like I input how I want it to do it, and it will do whatever after that. Like what is it? Renaming files. If I have like a certain set of files, if they equal or match parameters that I put in, then it'll automatically rename them in an order and like capitalize correctly and all this kind of stuff. And I still actually have that file. It's very basic stuff. I mean, even like say on Windows 10, there's a basic type programming language for just DOS stuff, like which is command prompt. It's called like a batch file, BAT, and you can do if else statements with it as well. It's just very, very basic. You can have it rename stuff too. If this file has this amount of characters in there, rename it and put this little squiggly after this so many, and it's just whatever a person wants. And then when you learn all that, you get more advanced into stuff, and it just becomes so addictive to just the learning process of programming languages. It opens your mind up to things. Like I never had algebra when I was going to school, but in a way I used it in programming languages, and I'd create the problem myself and solve the problem, and it just gives you like a serotonin dopamine boost in your head, almost like in the episode of Star Trek Next Generation, they had that game, that everybody was playing, and every time they'd make the little goal or whatever, they'd give them like a boost in their head. That's how I kind of felt anyway. And then you kind of get more advanced in stuff, so I got into like thinking, well, I like playing this game Halo, so what if I can make a map? So I got to researching how do you make a map, basics of doing that. I got into 3D like modeling, that sort of thing, which is not advanced modeling. Like I can't make characters smooth and make them look perfect or whatever, but I mean it's better than my I make things better now than my Captain Kirk from back in the day, Model T Kirk. I mean I've made like the Halo maps and stuff. I didn't stick around long enough for that, did I? Recreating areas and things in real life or whatever, and putting that in the game. Like I made the Saw map from what is it? The movie Saw, at the house and also the basement type thing with the dead body in the middle of it. And somebody that I let someone use the map to make something better on it, and they ended up sharing it with the world. So it's out there on halomaps.org or whatever it's called. The map itself is called Shithole. But then I made the Doom map, which I have a video about that on my YouTube channel. The SGC from Stargate. And I even made, with the help of someone else and myself at the time, I did most of, all the 3D in it. And a lot of the really poor Halo scripting that they have in the game. But I made an actual gate that you can dial on, and it would rotate around like an animation rotation thing, and you can dial Chulak and Abydos, and it would whoosh out and have like an actual event horizon in Halo. And I have a video of it too on my YouTube channel. People wanted me to release it, but that's the thing though with Halo is anything that's scripted has to be broken down to not work at all, because there's syncing issues with the game and networking. Like if you play it online, doors don't work, but only for the person hosting the game. So you can have like a door that the person has opened, but on your screen you'll see it closed, and you still can't go through it because your game thinks it's closed. So you're just kind of standing there like pushing against this invisible wall that only the host of the game can go through. So you have to turn off doors, you have to turn off effects, you have to turn off all this other stuff just to make it work online, just for basic Halo Custom Edition. Now they've gotten it probably better since they came out with the Steam version or whatever, but it was really interesting. And I don't want to dumb it down, I like the way it works, even though it does crash. And I made a map of something called Downtown, which is like a huge chunk of the Earth. I had this whole idea that it was like, the Earth exploded and this one little chunk of this town was floating around in space in like a little bubble or whatever. And I had Walmart in there and GameStop and just like this old like church and this apartment building and the Quick Stop from Clerks, the movie, in it. I think I got a video of that too. But it's the 3D programming thing, or the 3D modeling, that got me started in a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, I have a Volkswagen Beetle. It's a 1971 Super Beetle. And which when I got it, it was like several shades of primer. Did not run, did not have brakes, barely had windows. The headliner I had to completely take out because it wasn't in there. I completely stripped it down, like sanded on it, grind on it, that sort of thing. Got everything like just bare bones, and had it painted. And I put the headliner in it myself. I put a new like steering box in it, new cylinders or new heads on the engine and all that kind of stuff, and put Herbie the Love Bug decals all over it. Drove it around as my primary daily driver car and all that. Fixed stuff here and there on it, updated everything. Got it in working stock order, but it still has its own little issues to this day. But doing that and the 3D modeling, I started like 3D model creating little plastic parts. It's mostly like decorative parts that they no longer make for the Volkswagen Beetles of that year, and it's very rare to find. But I did it. I created it back in 3D, so I sell it on shapeways.com, like little pieces of stuff. Say like the horn for the car, the little turn signal switch that's there. They do replicate that. They make it again, but it's cheaper, so it breaks a lot more these days. And you don't have to really use it much. You can just like 2 or 3 days of just using this thing, and it's broken, so you can't use the turn signal. Well, I found out what was breaking inside of it, so I 3D recreated the part for it, and I inserted that part into the one that I had of that same turn signal switch that was breaking, and now it's like a perfect working turn signal switch because it's like a heavier duty plastic. And so I have that out there for people to buy and like do whatever they want with, which is really really cool. And like a piece for the steering column that's no longer available. And but that 3D model creating stuff got me into doing that, and I think that's so cool. That and like I have a project that I've had sitting inside a file or a folder on here. It's called the Bates Motel from Psycho slash Bates Motel, the show that was filmed up in Canada, Vancouver, because they always film everything in Vancouver, don't they? But I recreated the hotel in 3D, and I'm trying to make it the HO size. You know, HO mean it's like the model train size that they have, and I want to create like a model kit of it because I've already got the parts of it. It's created. I just have to finish up little details all over it, and I've had it sitting in a folder forever. But I was thinking about like putting it out there for people to buy, and you know, like they can have their own little Bates Motel and for their little models and stuff. But I have like little projects everywhere of stuff that are never going to see the light of day because I never have time to work on it. Like one day I'd like to completely work on my Enterprise D fiber optic model. You know, I've got an Enterprise A, little tiny one from way back in the day, Enterprise D from way back in the day that I screwed up on and looks like shit. So I always I got another one like off of eBay one time. It was fiber optic kit, and I was thinking I'm gonna make this thing right. It came with a little drill and all this kind of stuff, and I was gonna like just do it. It's still sitting in a box, and I like got maybe 2% into like whatever it was, and that was it. Nothing else. I don't have enough for that, so I'm gonna have to stop that one there. But it sucks, and even like the little drill, the little bit died because you were supposed to drill out the windows of it, and then you can fill it in with like epoxy resin in the back of it to make the windows transparent, so that light from inside the ship could actually illuminate those certain windows. And since the drill bit broke to drill out the windows, I gave up. I couldn't find the part anywhere online to like fix it, so I was like, whatever. I had that idea. I have so many things on here. I have like a projects folder on one of my drives on my computer of things that I want to do, but I'll never get a chance to do those. It's really sad. O'Neill. Jim Hadar Kirok. But if I wanted to actually do it, put it in my head that I'm going to do something, I could probably create a game almost like this, but not as advanced as this. It'd probably look like a piece of shit because I would never have time to fix everything and make it look like a playable game. Maybe a card game of Star Trek Online. I tell you though, a lot of fans that make little video games and stuff, they do a pretty damn good job. I mean, Mortal Kombat from the 90s, well, somebody out there, this was before they ever announced they were going to remake it or whatever, but they used the game engine Mugen and recreated Mortal Kombat 1, like the fighting style of it, every little thing, and made it an HD version with they recreated like the backgrounds to look realistic, and they did. They were in 3D. They recreated the actual fighters in 3D and made them look realistic, so it looks like someone's actually standing there, you know, but higher quality. And they never finished up all the characters because what is it? The WB, who's behind Mortal Kombat, got in touch with them and told them to put a stop to their project because they've been like, you know, the trademark and copyright strikes against it and stuff. So dude had to stop making this thing that was so awesome, you know. And there's even one out there too, like I don't know if you ever played the Batman Arkham Asylum games, but this one person out there has created like the 1989 version of something like that, with the Batmobile, better details, and like looks just like Tim Burton's Batman stuff. And I think they had to put a stop to it too because of the WB. But they weren't going to make any money off of it. That's the thing. They were just going to like give it out there for people to play. But just because the likeness was like that, you know, can't have fun. Got to create it from scratch. Which is always what would get me about all these YouTube things that happen. You know, you can't like create without using someone else's something, and then that person say, "Oh, that's mine. You can't use that." So well, there you go. Probably go out there and record the sound of silence, and someone would trademark it, saying, "You can't use that. It's copyright." Get a DCMA strike against you or something, whatever it's called. Use sound by nature. Nature suing you. It's so ridiculous. I mean, like when YouTube came out, it's YouTube, your creations, your tube, you know, to show the world what you've got and what you're doing. And if someone like changes one little thing of something and they're not trying to make money off of it, why not let them do it, you know? Just put it out there, make people laugh, whatever you got to do. No. Can't have fun out there. It's not worth. You just can't do that. Fun ain't worth having. Which is why a lot of content creators, they've kind of stopped. I mean, I used to watch a lot of. There was this blind guy named Tommy Edison. He still has a YouTube channel, but there's no content, like new content, for a long time. And he would show you what it's like in his daily life to be blind and how he does things and whatever, you know. And back when YouTube monetization was different, he can make money off of it, you know, like, you know, views and stuff and the ad placements. And then they changed it to where you make jack shit. So he had come out with like a last video saying that was it, you know, he wasn't gonna have any more content. But the stuff that he did have, let's see, what was that movie? Don't Breathe? What about the blind guy and the kids like breaking into his house and stuff? They got ideas in that movie from this Tommy Edison dude. His like YouTube videos of like how the blind man would be and do and stuff. That was pretty cool. Cause that Tommy Edison dude, he's like got he laughs. He's like a radio disc jockey type person where he'll like he gives you the weather and traffic reports, but the man's like he's blind in real life completely. You know, like his optic nerve is trash, and it's been that way ever since he was born. So he doesn't know like what things look like or whatever. But throughout his videos and stuff, he would like, you know, be able they like put him in a car and tell him to drive, you know, and like give him the fundamentals of what he's doing. So he had no idea where it was going, of course, but they'd tell him turn the wheel, you know, a little bit to the right side, and he like turns it, you know, and he could feel the movement of the car, and he was so excited that he was actually driving a car. It was so cool. Or in, like the time he was firing an old Western type gun, you know, like the 6-shooter. He had never fired a gun before, so he wanted to see if he can hit the target. So they like do the little quick draw thing. They let him feel someone actually doing the quick draw, but in slow motion of how it felt to do, and he'd mimic it, you know, a little bit. It was pretty cool, and like the trick about knowing how much of liquid you have in a cup to drink from the cup without like spilling and going like pouring too much in there. You'd use like your index finger and put it down into the cup, and you'd know how far from the top it was as you were pouring it. He liked to use the George Foreman grill because it was like so easy to cook on and stuff. They people would send him like gifts and things, and he'd open them on screen because he had this dude that was you know, actually the guy making the videos and stuff and putting them on his channel. But you know, Tommy'd get on there and like read the comments and actually comment back. But they'd have like people would send him gifts, and he'd have to guess what it was because, you know, he couldn't see. And somebody had asked him before, like, how does he know when he's walking outside if the sun's shining or something? And he was talking about, like, you know, if you're walking out there and say you walk out of your house, you just feel the temperature change, or you think, okay, it's warmer out here, but whenever you're in a shady area and all of a sudden you go to a sunny area, you can feel that on your arms and stuff. And he said he could feel that there was warmth coming down, so that must be the sun. And people were trying to tell him, like, you know, he'd ask a question of like, describe to him what the sun looks like so that he would know, because he's never seen the sun before. And people would like try to associate it with an orange that you feel and stuff, and warmth and whatnot. It was really interesting. I found it interesting. But he stopped making videos because YouTube changed the pay and all that kind of stuff, and the incentive for most people like just disappeared. And that's when a lot of people started doing like the Patreon stuff. I'm glad that a bunch of YouTubers like changed over and do still make content. I mean, I would never like have found the Life of Boris channel, which is so fucking hilarious to watch. And because he's like a Russian dude that was in Estonia at the time taking computer classes, programming classes, and it's like his friends thought he was funny and talked him into like making YouTube videos just for them. And when he did, he just kind of shared it with everybody in the world, and they all kind of like fell in love with the idea of what videos he was creating. And he's what they call Slav over there, which is you know, a term used for people that, you know, subculture of, say, you know, you have your like your rich people and you got your poor people, and he'd be like, your Slav would be like along the lines of the poor, and you know, and the whole squatting thing that Slavs do. And he said because there was no chairs or something, so Slavs had to evolve to learn how to squat down to sit with their, you know, on their heels only. And he said if your heels aren't all the way on the floor, then that means you're a Western spy. And it was just the hilarious shit that he would come up with to talk about. And he would use that thick Russian accent to make it even more like, you know, Slavic. You talk about like the car of the Slav is the Lada. And you had to put your Adidas stripes all over the car to like really Slav your car. And this stuff the dude would come up with are hilarious to watch. He's got cooking videos and things, like how to make certain like foods over there, and how to live on a Slav budget for like a month. It's so hilarious. I'll check out those videos like once in a while. That and Daily Dose of Internet, those seem to be good. I just wish they were longer. This is your Daily Dose of Internet. That dude's been doing those videos forever. never get old. Come along with me to my little corner of the world. Wow, that one's 175 required. Look at that. Rewards 500 dilithium and 50,000 energy credits. So there's that. So that's as far as it goes. 50, there's a 50, okay. 24, so maybe less than a 50. 42 is the highest of 50. Still doesn't make up the fact of that one down there. Okay, so we're gonna have to go higher than 15 for the back number. Maybe a 30. If we have a 30, 28. That got us closer. Rising Corvette ship, 28. Do we have anything more than a 28? No. Well, 30. 30, 17. There we go. Kobayashi Maru freighter. My God, that thing, it does better not in combat. We've only got like, what, 4 days until the newest something happens? I haven't read about what it is yet. I guess the next event. I love the Alachi walkers looking around like, are we gonna do anything here? We're just standing around here, you know. Let's see. Plan, nothing. Plan. Ooh, 2,000 energy. Oh, my, not energy credits, but dilithium. That's awesome. 55, 55, 55 all the way around. We can do it. I believe in me. Us. Yes, there it is. And for good measure, let's just throw another one in there for better critical chances. How about that? Plus 50, so maybe we get a little bit more. Who knows? Okay, and that'll be it for that one, I want to say. Let's see, make sure that's done. Yes, it is. And change character to Ushanka.
Murdoch says, sup.
Hey, Murdoch, what's up? Been seeing you on and off and on and off and on and off on here. How's it going? Got you a temporal agent? Or have you already had one of those before? Space. Final frontier.
Murdoch says, just finishing watching that Star Trek Day presentation thing.
A presentation? What presentation? I mean, I've been watching a few things online on YouTube, but not a lot of stuff about it. Is it a long thing? Like brace yourself and go to the bathroom first or something, and one of those type things. You don't want to get up for this, so pee now or forever hold your bladder.
Murdoch says, damn, I closed it out, let me check history.
Oh, is it a YouTube video?
Murdoch says, no.
Oh. You know, I never thought about a Star Trek Day other than this year for some reason. I didn't know that they had an official celebration for Star Trek. And I've been playing this game for years, every single day, and never was aware of it. The hell was I doing? Getting dilithium and energy credit. Zen for characters is just sitting running around like a moron.
Murdoch says, https://twitter.com/status/1435805725519847428.
Wow. So it... Okay. Let me look at that.
Murdoch says, 1.1 million views.
Wow. LeVar Burton joins us on Star Trek Day to reflect back on the iconic Star Trek Next Generation. Ooh, 3 hour and 42-minute video. A live stream. Okay. Wow. Wasn't it supposed to be like Will Wheaton and Micah, who's LeVar Burton's daughter? I'll check that out whenever
Murdoch says, I watched the whole thing.
Wow, like live? Sweet.
Murdoch says, yes, correct.
Wow. Did it just like finally yes, because you said it, you just finished watching it, so yes, that's been 3 hours ago. Wow. I'll have to check that out.
Murdoch says, no, it was recorded a couple of days ago.
Oh. Okay, so you just started watching it. Is it pretty good?
Murdoch says, on Star Trek Day.
Oh. It's hard to believe that Micah Burton, she was on a few episodes of Rooster Teeth's achievement
All 3 silos
achievement
are
hunter
under
stuff.
control. Excellent work.
Well, she had a mouth on her in there too. Swearing. I don't think LeVar liked it too much. He kind of talked her out of completely doing that or whatever because she stopped being on there. I think LeVar can do Reading Rainbow again. Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a Reading Rainbow. Dude, that hog ran all the way to be with me. Look at that. Isn't that cool? The nano pulse targ. I like took the Dyson transporter from the outskirts all the way to the city, and it's been running the whole time to be back with me. That's a good little boy. That's a good little girl boy. I don't see a figure on you there, so I guess you're a girl. Unless it's one of those animals that can tuck it in. I don't know. Good little hoggy. Good little hoggy. But yeah, I think Will Wheaton and Micah were supposed to be doing something. Will's all about Star Trek stuff, but he's never in anything Star Trek related. It's like they avoid him. Okay, let me swap sessions here so that I can get some stuff for this character.
Murdoch says, so I'm more of a fan of TNG, TOS, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise. I have one foot in Discovery and one foot out and not into cartoons. However, I am looking forward to Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I can completely kind of relate to that. Cause let's see, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and I guess a little bit of Enterprise were under the same leadership of you know, the same people. And of course, those same people, actually, I think, Seth MacFarlane, I think, kind of has them helping him out with the Orville too, which is why it seems more familiar to us, like, because that's the kind of atmosphere he liked about Star Trek. In TOS, of course, it's TOS. I mean, you gotta watch TOS. The Discovery, yeah, they kind of ventured into a different way of things. I mean, it put us off at first, the whole damn Klingons being completely different, you know. Like rewriting things that we did not want to happen, like, you know, Burnham being Spock's half or well adopted sister.
Murdoch says, I love every motion pictures made, some more than others, but love them all anyways.
Yeah. And you can watch like the ones from the TNG cast right now on YouTube are for free to watch with ads. I would watch the last one because I've watched all of them except was it Nemesis? Because I had recently just rewatched it not too long ago. Yeah, Strange New Worlds looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, you got like pretty much a strong cast there.
Murdoch says, next year there will be a release of the original Star Trek motion picture in 4K HD. Now they just need to do that with Wrath of Khan.
Well, you give them time, and they'll do all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I saw that on like a YouTube feed or whatever. I clicked on it, and they have like a a little teaser for an update of that, and it looks pretty good. I don't know what all they'll change. I mean, will they go full like CGI? Like change up all the scenes and stuff and make it look even more modern or something like today or whatever. You gotta think. Whenever they did that for the original series, like digitized it more and used CGI for the planets and the ship and stuff, that really took away from the model builders like credit for what they did back then. And the people that filmed those moments, and I think that, in my opinion, that would like take away from their creativity and stuff. Of course, they may not care. Or they may get residuals from it. I don't know. Did you see the new trailer they released for Picard season 2? Oh, when the Voth come marching in. Oh, when the Voth go marching in. Oh, how I'd hate to be in their way.
Murdoch says, yeah, it wasn't too descriptive but more cryptic though. No pun intended.
More cryptic. Yeah. It kind of like, to me, gave away a lot of what's going to be happening, like, completely. Like, it reminded me somewhat of Star Trek 4 The Voyage Home. In a sense. Just the teaser trailer alone, Because, in there, they travel back in time to the physical present, to society and the world back then. Oh man, we got Kagan unconscious. We need to go fight the Rex. The Rex is erecting. No pun intended, indeed. I'm sure there's a lot of content out there for Star Trek Day. I'll have to get around to watching it. I just haven't had any time.
Murdoch says, oh I see, yeah in that way yes, I assume there has to be more to the story, and from the camera shots it didn't show much but up close shots of the actors.
Yeah. I mean, the recent teaser, I don't know, like, if you like to be kind of spoiled about, things, but, you see, like, another shot of John Delancey's Q, and Picard kind of gives the plot away, about some part of it. You got a scene between Seven and that other lady or whatever, and there's a Ferris wheel or something, or like in California. But If you've seen the same one I'm thinking you've seen, then you know. So it's more along the lines of the voyage home to fix a problem. I just don't know how they're gonna to time travel. I'm just gonna say it. Time travel. It's gonna be in it. So yeah, and the way that Star Trek has dealt with time travel before, before the whole temporal idea thing, it's always been kind of wonky, like non-consistent. Like what is it? In the voyage home, they talk about going back and getting whales, and they said, well, they talk about it as if it's easy to just slingshot around the sun to go like to the past or something, to know exactly when you're going to go there. Just go around the sun, warp or whatever, just time warp, whatever. Why in the world am I getting destroyed so quickly? Did I ever put my armor back on? Yeah, okay. Respawn. And then what was it? I recently rewatched First Contact since it was on YouTube for free. And the whole idea of like at the very end of that.
Almost all the Omega particles. Stop their engineers.
The idea like at the very end of that, they're like just talking about, okay, well we'll just repeat what the Borg did to bring us here, and we'll be able to go back. I'm thinking, is it that easy? I mean, does that mean you can do it all the time? It's just that one time you only have enough energy or something. It seems inconsistent. And now they're going to do time travel. Cars be like, we'll just go back in time and fix it. As if that's just a normal option, Where do you keep the time machine chips at? They're over here. Okay, well, thank you. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to seeing Q and Picard interact again. That's my main focus of Season 2 of Picard. And Will Wheaton is hoping to be in it.
Murdoch says, to be honest, time travel stories are not my favorite.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the Trek part of it. I mean, what would be the point of Picard Season 2 and time travel? I mean, you had the first one, which, a connection with Borg stuff and the Federation, and Picard's struggle with who the Federation is and who they were, and why he kind of gave up everything away from them and was forced into like a retirement thing, and then like all of a sudden the Data thing, like saying goodbye to Data finally, but then all of a sudden time travel because I don't get it. I mean, I guess I will if I watch it, but is it really necessary to do a time travel thing? I mean, it tied in to the original series movies, I guess, in a certain way to be more comical, because that's what a lot of people think about. Star Trek 4 is more like a comedy than it is an actual serious movie. It's got a lot of funny stuff in there. I do like whenever Spock says 1 damn minute, Admiral, on there. I had to get that sound clip, put it on here. 1 damn minute, Admiral. It's like a rediscovery of the friendship between Kirk and Spock, but they probably could have done a different thing for that. I mean, you think
Murdoch
like
says, what I miss is the feel of the original motion pictures, the production style. It's hard to put into words what it is. Maybe the sum of the parts.
Yeah, like the nostalgia feel. Like back then it was more of a physical, like realness to it. Versus now it's all like CGI, and you can fake stuff and make it easier to do and all that. But I understand completely the feeling of those
Murdoch says,
movies.
Yes, nostalgia feel.
Even though in motion picture the uniforms were kind of dull, but they got better, I think. In my opinion, it did. And it got kind of wild. I mean, what was it? you know, first movie Voyager, which is Voyager coming home. It destroys things. It's heading toward Earth, you know, kind of situation. And you're okay. You're all right. Well, okay. Wrath of Khan.
Murdoch
Khan comes
says,
back.
not only in the look of things but also the writing and seriousness of the drama in the scene sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't it like the original series motion picture movie was supposed to actually be an episode of Star Trek at one time? But since Star Trek didn't, you know, didn't make it past 3 years, they decided, well, okay, we'll just use this plot for a movie. That's what I was saying. That like the movie, you know, Voyager coming back to Earth, you know, destroying shit to get there. Well, then number 2, well, here comes Khan, which is good. It's one of the favorite ones of mine. Then you know, all of a sudden you get Spock coming back to life on Genesis. All right. Then you're back to like something just going to Earth to destroy it or whatever. It's coming home to Earth. Like it's a reused idea. Then it's like the last voyage, and all of a sudden here comes the 5th one. You know, here comes this another. You know, you're just like, seriously, you know. Of course, wasn't there like just 5 original Trek ones? I did kind of like the Undiscovered Country though. That was interesting, the plot for it and everything like that. And it gets some pretty good McCoy moments there of DeForest Kelly, I guess, being drunk on set. I'm just kidding. Um, it's fun to watch with riff tracks because they'll make you laugh. I love that. If you've never checked out riff tracks or even watched Mystery Science Theater 3000, you should go to riff tracks and or either look it up on YouTube. Riff Tracks Undiscovered Country trailer or teaser, and that I can guarantee some of the funny parts of that because it's just a bunch of guys just standing around, or well, sitting around telling jokes like during the movie and making it funnier. You know, as if you've had like friends sitting around like telling jokes during it and stuff. But Mystery Science Theater 3000 was all about that, like 2 robots and an astronaut watching movies and making fun of them, like old crappy movies. But now they just do them for all these movies and stuff, just making it more fun to watch. The commentary track kind of thing. They'll talk about like you know, the
Murdoch says, I used to watch that show.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. The creators of that show, or the ones who were last in that show, they came out with this site called Riff Tracks, where they still make the jokes, the audio and stuff for that, and you buy the track for like a few bucks or whatever, and you have your own movie and you play it alongside the movie, so it's kind of like watching that again, but more modern stuff, you know. In fact, right now on Twitch, they're having this super marathon that they've had going on for maybe a few weeks now, of like a watch party type thing, with a bunch of this stuff that they've been currently doing, and I've been kind of tuning into that every so often to get a laugh. But they've got a bunch of them for a bunch of the Star Trek movies and stuff. In fact, I can play like a little audio sample that I have.
Scotty, get us out of here.
You're no god to me, mister.
I am Kirok.
Okay, Finnegan.
Put the alarm.
That's the scene in Undiscovered Country where it's Kirk versus the shapeshifter Kirk, and they're just fighting each other. And the scene after that is like, oh, Shatner can't even outact himself. It's just little tiny things he's put in there. Like they'll be like around the campfire and talking at the beginning of the movie and about stuff, and they'll joke around and things, and Mike Nelson and them will say, yeah, they're here for just a paycheck, you know, until that check is cashed. It just makes me laugh. See, 2 of those. We'll go for that. We'll just go for 2 on that one. Did we get this yet? Yes, we did. Alright, here comes the big moment I've been waiting for all evening. To see if I have a free rename to name my character back to who I am. Right here. Because I heard back from Arc Games about me having to rename my captain because they said it was inappropriate. And they have no record of it being needed to be renamed, even though I have it on video, a forced rename. Yep, I'm going to have to rename it myself. Alright. I'm going to have to spend the Zen to rename it, even though they forced it without me having to buy a rename token for it. So, change character back to the character menu to buy a rename token
Murdoch
with
says,
Zen.
I have 18 characters now, what the hell?
Oh, is that a good number, or did you lose characters? Is that what you're saying? Rename. Free? Look at that. You see this? Free. 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 Murdoch
says, just saying, I can't believe I have so many now.
I know, they can really pile up on you. and I bet you stick with every one of them too. Rename. Free. Huh. Maybe they're doing something here. Hold on. Let's see. Store. Service, slots and services. Captain rename token buy 350. Retrain what? Okay, why did it say if I go to change character back again? I'm sorry for jumping back and forth here, but with that whole naming situation, I'm just curious about anything else. Let me click right here. Click on rename. It says
Murdoch
free
says,
there too.
I'll be back in a few.
Okay. It still says free right there. So is it free, or is it, or do I have to like actually pay? What is it asking? What the hell? I don't get it. What is free? Okay, well whatever. I'm gonna have to buy a rename token to name myself back to me again. Slots and services. Captain rename token. Okay. Change character back to the change character thing. It's fun, isn't it? Okay, we're renamed. Congratulate. Yay, I had to pay for me to be renamed back to me again. Even though I was forced to be renamed back. That's just perfect. That's alright. It's only 350 Zen. It's not like it took me forever to get that. Oh yeah, I still have that there. That's why I did that. Yep. Should I message them and say, hey, I had to use 350 Zen to rename me back to me whenever it was free? Or should I just leave it at that? Like, just not even bother, you know? Alright. What I'm going to do is, first, Events, we're going to do Kobayashi Maru. And then maybe an episode of yesteryear or a day or whatever it is. This here. Whoop, okay, never mind. Yeah. Painful Omens from Deep Space Station K-13. Fire. This is the captain. I need to be boomed up, please. Thank you, Mr. Snot. Mr. Snotty. He's got all the snot in the world.
Welcome to the Gamma Heart in this exit.
Right. Ooh, what is this? Legendary Miracle Worker Light Cruiser. That's interesting. This guy look a different. This sells. Oh yeah? How you like that? I can do something else too. How about this? Oh yeah? What about that?
This is the Kobayashi Maru. 19 periods out of all tier 6. We have struck a gravitic mine and have lost all power. Our hull is penetrated and we have sustained many casualties.
Huh. My stuff is gone that was here. Oh yeah, I must have checked. I clicked on all that stuff and it didn't save. Sucks, you gotta keep saving all that shit every time. Mister. You! I guess I'll just do that to get him out of the way then. Oh, we're on anti-proton. No wonder. I need to be on my criticals. Well, I guess I kind of am on my criticals because I use the critical all the time. But I want to be on my original critical.
The next wave is incoming.
Here comes the next wave. Everybody wave. Is everybody here, man? Yep, that's gone as well. I'll just have to do that later, because that's the way. Target shields have failed. Fire. Adjust to all transfers here. All the enemy must destroy themselves. Fire.
Get ready for another wave.
Another wave. Alright. Fire. Beam overcharged, Snotty. What's the power of the weapons? Mr. Snot. Spock. I thought we had gravity well or something. What's going on over there, mister? Spock. Oh,
Get
stations.
ready for another wave.
Another wave continues next on here. I don't see it. Damn it. Okay. Damn it, Mr. Spock. You've caused us to get shot and destroyed. That's coming out of your paycheck, mister. Respawn.
Kobayashi Maru's health is at 50%.
Kobayashi Maru
Kobayashi
screwed.
Maru's health is at Kobayashi Maru's health is at 10%.
Kobayashi Maru's not alive anymore, mister. The ship is dead. It got sabotaged. Singularity there in the middle, mister. Fire. The Doomsday Machine. Do not fire upon that. It's just a waste of shots. Defeat Gorn on
Get
this.
ready for another wave.
Fire.
The unstable cause affix is active.
Jim had died. We're dying. Oh my. Get those teams down there and fix those problems. Aye, sir. Cheer. Cheer, sir. Snotty, I told you to get something for those allergies. Hey, sir. I'll get right on it.
Get ready for an enemy assault incoming. Survive the onslaught.
Survive the onslaught. Fire. Focus all weapon attacks on the main enemy. My force shield's failing. Oh my god. All crew members brace for impact. We're about to die here. Let's get us out of here. An old football maneuver. Oh my god.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming.
Respond.
All right, everyone.
Fire. Destroy everything in the simulation. Poor Kobayashi Maru. May she rest in peace. Let's give her one boost of energy. Are there any survivors? She's under 1% impulse power. Do you need assistance, Kobayashi? Stay here long enough and I'll save you. Alrighty. Now, let's see what else the endeavors are. Defeat Gorn on Nimbus ground. So let's go do that. Beam up to Vulcan sector. Ready to beam up on your command. And then depart for the Beta quadrant. Vulcan sector. Aye. I'm ready to do that, Captain. I can't guarantee it. No way. Alright. Nimbus 3 on my mark. Turning, spinning around like a big truck. Oh, that blinking really is getting annoying. I'm gonna collect it. Ooh, I got an accolade for that too. Nice. Let's see, protect that so that we have it on. Get that out of the way, that out of the way, that. Okay. Oh, we overshot. See if we can turn around without being harassed by Snotty. Mr. Snot, we seem to be having problems here. Let's back around that. Okay, use the mirrors. Alright. Everyone? Now, who wants to go down here and destroy some Gorn? I've tangled with them before. It was interesting, to say the least. Beam down. Anybody else want to go down here? We'll take the standard away team. Crichton, you're with us. The Spork, Archer, and Jackaff. Or Gashaff. Why are my arms crossed? What's going on there? I don't understand. Okay. Alright, let's go. Time to go destroy some Gorn. Defeat Gorn on Nimbus. We will defeat them. I'll go first, of course. Got the camera on here. Huzzah! Hooah! Take this, Gorn. Damn it. I'll teach you a thing or three about being an enemy of the Starfleet. Oh, yes. For sure. There's the drone on your ass. Where you? Get back here. Damn you, Gorn. Damn you to hell, mister. I believe these Gorn are here. Thank you, Crichton. Thank you for throwing me the ball, mister. Alright, let's play catch. I've got the ball again. We both have the ball. We played catch. You've got a pretty good arm on you, mister. Alright. They seem to have changed something here. Oh, too far. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we can go back up here. Fire.
Murdoch says, you rolling a noob.
No. Now this is my original normal character. Haha. We got up here. We've taken out the Gorn throwing the boulders. Everybody get down here. Take out more Gorn. These bastards are really tough. We must destroy them all. The hell's that, mister? It's a chain or something.
Flanking damage detected.
There we go. We've got it. We have defeated the Gorn on Nimbus 3.
Now it's time to go to the Terrans and destroy all their ships. Beam me up, mister. It's time to go back to the toilet prize. Alright. Deep Space Nine, engage. Ahead, warp factor flush. Whoosh. Ooh, that's interesting.
Citizens of the Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've already heard this speech. I've got Terran to destroy. Oh. Alright. To the Badlands. Maximum warp. Not trans warp, maximum. Enter the Badlands. Let's just go take out the Terran trash. The Alliance. Klingon Alliance starbase. Damn Klingons. They're up to it again. But the Terrans. Mr. Spock. Why do you not have any consoles that will destroy these things we're going after? Avoid those asteroids, mister. Where the hell's the enemy? They knew we were coming. There they are. Fire. All weapons, fire. Alright. That's what I like to see. I like to see explosions. No matter who you are. Explosions are great to see. There they are. The enemy is right ahead of us. Let's take him out as fast as possible. Spock! Disrupt shields. Might as well. We're here.
The station's metaphasic shields have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station.
Fire. More ships. Stop firing on the main target. Attack those ships, mister. Beam overload. Forward shields are down. Cycle the shields, mister. Take all action necessary to protect the ship. We must find more Terrans to tear apart.
The station is drawing power from an auxiliary satellite. Shut it down to drop the metaphasic shields.
I'll drop my shields when you drop your pants. Spawn! Why aren't you firing?
The station's metaphasic shields have dropped. Focus fire on the plasma control station. Disable the power station that's orbiting the base.
I'll do whatever I want to, mister. You can't tell me what to do. I think I'll disable this power station first. Where's this power station? Spot, give me a scan out there. Nothing in the area, huh? Interesting. What the hell's going on around here? Where's all the enemies? They're over here, aren't they? There we are. There we are. Somebody please tell me where these damn Terrans are. They seem to be hiding in this asteroid field. Where the hell are they? I see them on long range, but I don't see them up close. There they are. Fire, everybody, fire. What the hell's going on over there? Will someone please tell me what the hell you're doing? This doesn't seem correct. There's some more frigates out there. Let's hurry and get over there and take them out before they take us out to the park.
Disable the power station that's orbiting the base. Shut down the portal generators to force them to switch to emergency power.
Make up your mind, mister. I'll do what I can, but give me something to shoot at. You don't understand why I can't seem to place a sentence together without putting pauses in between. $25 of 30. We need 5 more Terran ships to destroy. Anything out there, Mr. Spock? Nothing. Still nothing. What the hell's going on with these equipment around here? Base destroyed. Alright.
All 3 bases have been forced back. Excellent
MC
work.
Wolfcat 1 says, hey hey.
Howdy.
Tiger Blood Trail.
Sensors
Tiger
show a
blood
large
trail?
force of Terran ships inbound. They must be making a final push.
What's a going on, yo?
All ships assemble to present a united front against the Terran forces.
The Terran force is gonna be tearing them up.
Alright, everyone. Snotty, get ready on power. Cash off, I want those torpedoes live. And Archer, beam overload, mister.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, LOL it reads the emotes hehe.
Yeah.
Where in the
MC
hell?
Wolfcat 1 says, I'm doing great. How's you today, sir?
We're doing just doing some endeavors, getting those done. Gonna jump over to Oh, come on now. Gonna jump over to one episode of Agents of Yesterday and call it a quick stream after that because I have to go to work early tomorrow. Everyone fire.
Me? I am the chosen of
Use
the
everything we've got. Attack all ships in the quantum. Fire. One more to go, and we've got the Endeavor.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, okay, cool.
One more ship is all I'm asking, mister. Just one more destruction. There we are. We did it. We've defeated the Terrans. For now. Cool, thanks for the follow. Nice. Nice. Let's get out of here. To where we could... We're going to abort that since we got our Endeavor. Add warp factor 1.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, no problem. Where you from?
United States of what's left of America. Let's see. Where are we at? We need to go through here and take care of all this junk in my inventory. All right. Okay.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, LOL.
Agents of Yesterday. Yesterday I did In the Shadows of Cestus. Today we're going to do Painful Omens. I'm going to try to role play as much as I possibly can.
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while.
They haven't.
It's in a tactically sensitive part of the quadrant.
Understood.
Brass is getting concerned. Get out there, find out what you can, and render assistance if needed. And hey, be careful, okay?
Understood.
This could go sideways.
Understood,
fast.
damn it. All right.
Transport back, so we're going to ReMission to see the changes they may have placed in it. I don't know how long it's been since I played this particular one. Alright. Begin Painful Omens. Let's go back in time. Alright.
We've arrived near Deep Space K-13, Captain. This is odd. I'm not picking up any comm traffic. No signals, nothing at all. From K-13 or the other ships in system.
Scan for signs of enemy ships or activity.
Sensors aren't detecting enemy vessels or warp signatures. No signs of combat either.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, just popped in to say hi.
I'm not sure what
Gotta
to make of
run.
it.
Stay awesome. Catch ya next time, cool cat.
Oh, thanks for popping in too. That's so sweet. I enjoy watching your stuff as well. So, are you going to be streaming later? Oh, well, you're going to leave, so you probably won't hear me ask that question. Sorry. All right.
Yellow alert, prepare for approach.
Captain, the other ships are raising shields and charging weapons.
All right, everyone, shields up, cash off. You know what to do. Mr. Spock, sit there in your chair and just watch the action, I guess.
All ships disabled, Captain.
MC
Right.
Wolfcat 1 says, it's okay to ask me that if it's okay for me to answer.
Yeah. Well,
Captain, those were the Starfleet ships assigned to patrol this sector. I don't think that was a war game or training sim. Their weapons were at full power.
if you stream later today, I might catch you on. Because I know you're at a different timeline. Or, not timeline. Completely
MC
different.
Wolfcat 1 says, yes, I will be streaming soon.
Sweet. That's awesome. I might pipe in there and watch. Can't guarantee anything though, because I do need to go to bed earlier because it is past 12. No, what was it? 1:04 a.m. my time right now, and I gotta be at work earlier tomorrow. But I'll try to watch. But you have a good. Alrighty. Let's see. And let's see. See if you can raise any kind of ships. Use all channels. Try whatever it takes to get through. Open hailing frequencies.
They're taking control. Don't come near us.
MC Wolfcat1 says, alrighty then. See ya, there may be. Winky face.
You too. Thank you for popping in. Who's taking control? What's happening over there? Static. Spock? Nothing to clear it up since early.
MC Wolfcat1 says, no problem, have fun.
Oh,
MC Wolfcat1 says, bye.
Bye-bye. Nice.
Message from Starfleet Command, Captain. We're to investigate the situation immediately.
Captain Jodry mentioned the station. Bring us close enough to scan K-13.
No signs of combat on board the station, Captain. No hostile life form readings either. Everything's quiet.
Something's not right.
Sensors are picking up a number of life signs over there, but I'm not reading any unusual activity. All of the station systems seem to be functioning normally. Think we should beam over and have a look around?
Have a landing party meet me in the transporter room. To Spork. Crichton, you're not with me this time. Let's take Spock. Maybe he has some more insight on what's going on. Spock.
I don't like this. No one's at their duty stations. Not even the transporter operator. Station's not on alert. What's happening? Tricorder's picking up a life sign nearby. Looks like they're in sickbay just across the hall.
Set phasers to stun. Let's get to the bottom of this.
I don't like this. No one's at...
Alley-oop. Huzzah. Huh. Ha. Whew. Where the hell? It's nice to be back in sickbay. The doorway to hell.
I don't like this.
She doesn't like that. I'm trying, mister. I can't get in there. What the hell? Look for crew. I've tried. They're in there. I see them. I know who Tzenkethi is. I've done this before. What the hell? Tarzi. Tarzi, where the hell are you?
Those blast points on the wall are from phaser fire. There was a fight here. But with whom? No sign of Klingon or Romulan weapon fire. Just Federation.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
The lights have all been dimmed, but it looks like sickbay's still operational.
Captain, I think I saw motion in that room to the left.
Stop where you are and turn about slowly. I need to determine if you are infected.
Infected with what, exactly?
Neural parasites. A life form last encountered by the crew of the Enterprise at Deneva Colony. Those possessed by the creatures tend to engage in hostilities with the uninfected, the better to render them fit for infestation.
Well, as you can see, we're friendly, Ensign.
Temet, and while you have not engaged in hostilities thus far, I have seen infected employ false passivity in order to lure unwary prey. A tricorder scan of your adrenaline levels should verify your status.
A logical precaution, Ensign. Scan away.
Scans show a slightly elevated level of adrenaline, though nowhere near that of an infected life form. Thank you for your patience. One can never be too cautious where these parasites are concerned.
Tell me more about them. I want to know what we're dealing with.
They are a life form that propagates by infiltrating the nervous system of a host creature. Through this neural link, they can compel their host to obey their bidding. They can also inflict extreme pain upon the host at will, and do so to discourage attempts at resistance. While effective, this punishment can lead to permanent neurological damage or death. At this time, most of the station personnel have become infected. While there is a possibility of uninfected survivors, I must warn that it is remote.
I see. Any recommendations, Ensign?
According to Starfleet data files, the parasites can be safely destroyed by exposure to high-intensity ultraviolet light. My attempts at reconfiguring the station's lighting thus far have been unsuccessful. I am a physician, not a habitat engineer.
I see.
As a precaution, I have developed a serum that can render a person toxic to the creatures. However, medical supplies here are limited. I have enough serum to inoculate your landing party and one other person.
Hopefully, we're not alone here. Hello? Hi. Use comm station. This is Admiral Scorpwana of the USS Toilet Prize. Is anyone in the station available to respond?
Now there's a voice I wasn't expecting. I take it you heard my distress call then. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neuroparasites. The wee devils are back with a vengeance.
So I see. We're safe up in sickbay. Can you join us here?
I'm afraid not. I'm in the auxiliary control room, down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
Understood, Scotty. We'll make our way to you. Scorpwana out.
I have secured a small amount of security gear. It may give you another edge against the parasites.
Excellent. Ensign, you're with us. Let's gear up and head to engineering. Spock. I need you to go in there. Distract them. Just as before. Fire.
The creatures continue to be resistant to tricorder scans, sir. It may be fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons nearby. Based on these readings, it is possible that a temporal event has occurred on this station within the last 4.2 hours.
Fascinating, indeed. Let's keep going. Huzzah! Fire. Just set him to stun, though. Don't try to kill anyone. Everybody in. Take turbolift engineering.
The auxiliary control station is down the hall to our right. I'm reading a single human life form within the room. The biosigns match those of Commander Scott in the Starfleet Medical Database.
Let's not keep him waiting then. Mr. Scott.
Hi there. It's good to see you, friend. I was beginning to get a bit concerned. Thought you might have been taken by those little beasties. I'll just lock the door so none of them can get in while we discuss our next course of action. Now that you're here, we've some work to do. The way I see it, we need to get to main engineering and turn on the station's ultraviolet lighting. That'll sort the nasty bugs out properly.
Is that so? Temet.
While I cannot attest to the ability of UV light to sort Denivan parasites, it will initiate a complete molecular breakdown within all parasites exposed to it.
Ensign?
Aye, she's a Vulcan, all right. I was trying to override the lighting controls from here. It looks like someone sabotaged several duotronic relays. We have to repair them if we're going to have any chance of saving the station. Before we go, grab yourself a kit from the crate there. It might come in handy. We better get a move on. The parasites aren't ones to loiter about.
Glad you're with us, Scotty. Lead the way.
Aye, this is one of the broken relays, right here.
All right. Everyone, protect Mr. Scott.
That one was easy. Just a few more to go. All right, there are several ways through the engineering section here. Keep in mind that the parasites tend to stay in dark corners. If you want to avoid them, do your best to stay in the lit areas.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Scott.
Remember, the parasites like the dark. Wee devils that they are.
Oh my god. What the hell was that? Hunter. Was that you screaming?
Takes care of that. No trouble at all.
Same as before, everyone. Protect Mr. Scott. Allow him time to fix whatever it is that's wrong. Alright.
Our odds of success are greatest if we remain in well-lit areas.
Get it off me! It's attacking me! These damn parasites.
This one just needs new fuses.
Glad you're with us, Mr. Scott. Everyone fire. It's Spock, you came in prepared. You don't have a shield.
There we are, good as new.
Let's try to fix that. Mr. Spock. No body armor either. How about that? There we are. Now you have some shields. Everyone follow me. I know the way.
Now this may be a bit tricky.
Fire.
Just a wee bit longer.
Attack these infected crewmen. But don't kill them. Just weaken them enough
There we are.
to make them unconscious. Make a mad dash to the exit here. We've got to take this ship back. I'm out of the cast. Oh my god. It's on me again. Get it off me, Mr. Spock. You've dealt with these before. Activating UV light spectrum. It's the only thing that we can do to stop them.
Ah, it looks like someone has overridden the command codes. You best get to the command center and see what you can do from there. I'll stay here, barricade the door, and keep trying to get those UV lights going.
Alright, Scotty. Stay safe. Huh. Huzzah!
Look, who are those soldiers? They're definitely not Starfleet.
My god, this man here is well protected.
The lights while the commander's down.
All of you will be destroyed eventually. Again.
Parasites. They're dying. All of them.
Salvage what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
All these crewmen. They can be saved. We've got to be the one to save them. Dr. Henson, Hunter.
We need to talk.
Now's not a good time, Hunter.
Actually, the name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting. That's why I'm here now. The aliens we're fighting are called the Nakul, and they're waging a temporal Cold War with us. They're trying to change the timeline here in order to disrupt the future. Understand that I follow a temporal version of the Prime Directive. There's only so much I can reveal to you. Trust that we're doing the right thing here. I can't tell you how far. Just that it's a future worth protecting.
Right.
Time's a factor. We need to stop the Nakul from obtaining the neural parasites. The Nakul ship that brought these invaders is now fighting the USS Ptolemy. Someone must have sent a distress call. Unfortunately, Ptolemy is no match for the Nakul. Neither is your ship, at least not alone. We should eliminate the parasites on the ships you fought earlier. Those crews will help you once their minds are their own again. It's risky, but it's our best shot here.
That's a lot to take in.
We can return to the ship on your orders.
Alright, everyone. I think we've done enough here. Get the station back up and running. Time to beam back to the ship. Let's go. Yeah. Snotty, beam us aboard at once. Don't worry about these dead crewmen. They'll revive soon.
The Ptolemy is holding the Nakul off while we rescue the other ships, but they won't last long. K-13 is hailing us, Captain.
On screen.
I'm transferring command codes to you now. Use them to remotely access the computer on those disabled ships and emit an ultraviolet flash inside.
Thanks, Scotty.
This is Captain Seralt of the Ptolemy. We have engaged the enemy ship, but we are outmatched. Please restore those ships and join the fight quickly.
That did it, Captain. Looks like everyone's coming around. The parasites are gone.
Right.
This is Captain Doherty of the USS Myrmidon. What happened? What's going on?
Your crew was taken over by neural parasites. We've defeated them. Now we need your help fighting this alien ship.
Parasites? What? Okay, sorry. We're right behind you, Captain. Lead the way.
Acknowledged.
Something's wrong. We're not doing any damage.
They have some kind of temporal shielding.
Right.
Temporal shielding? Never heard of it. But maybe a modulated ion burst could disrupt it. Fine work, Captain. You sent those devils back to wherever they came from. Aye, we do have a wee problem, however. The burst I sent, when combined with the power source, created a feedback pulse. The feedback is creating some kind of spatial anomaly, which is beginning to pull the station in. We need to evacuate immediately.
Acknowledged, Scotty. Clear those transporter rooms. Get those people over here.
Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride. Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows. There she goes. I don't think anyone's ever seen a station do that.
Captain, before K-13 was pulled into the vortex, I picked up a few distress signals from inside the station.
Scotty, you said we had everyone. They're gone.
Perhaps not. After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive. In another time.
Let's hope so, Scotty. Let's hope so.
Well then, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Neural parasites, time-traveling raiders. Why, things will seem almost normal once I'm back on the Enterprise. Speaking of, I'm sure the ships here can give me a lift back to her now that they're parasite-free. If Starfleet Command gives you any grief on this, remind them that lives are more valuable than equipment. And you saved a lot of lives today.
Thanks, Scotty. Give my regards to Captain Kirk and the crew.
I apologize for springing all of this on you at the last minute, and I'll explain more as soon as I can. For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. You're building a fine tradition of making the right decisions in crisis situations. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline.
Understood. We'll talk soon, Daniel. And I'm going to need more answers.
System scans clear, Captain. Looks like everything's getting back to normal. We can leave the system on your orders.
Right. All right. Depart system. Ahead warp factor 2. Okie dokie.
Let me get this straight. K-13, an entire space station, just disappeared into some type of spatial anomaly? And I thought some of Kirk's after-action reports were a little out there. Starfleet Command won't be pleased with the loss of K-13, or the people that were still on board. But they'll be happy to hear about the lives you did save. Good work out there.
Whoever
Keep
you
it up.
are. Collect reward, because there's nothing really needed to be collected. K13. Okie dokie, Yogi Bear. Okie dokie, had no hair. Okay, and the Endeavors, we got those. We're close to another one, 19,400. Only 600 to go until we get to 224. Nice, 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 nice. That's so awesome. Alright, let me look at something. We're going for about 3 hours this time. That's pretty good. One day I hope to like just continue to keep going, you know, longer and having more fun, but work is a pain in the ass. So out of the two that are here, Murdoch and Arctic Knight, I do appreciate y'all sticking around and watching and my little shenanigans and or trying to do a little role playing as my version of Captain Scorpwana, who's
Murdoch
like
says, "Good night, brah."
yeah. Good night, dude. Trizander's over at his stream right now. I would do a raid, but I don't want to like overdo raids toward Trizander and just, you know, 'cause I don't want to like overstep on that boundary there. So y'all head on over there and you know, watch his stuff, because I do have to like actually go to bed now and get up earlier because I'm really tired. Only because and actually no, because I need to spend at least 30 minutes going over this and making chapter marks for YouTube. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to head out. I'm going to not raid because I've been doing that a lot. And yeah, just go check out Trizander's or Trizander. Is it Trizander? And yeah, because his streams are awesome. Alrighty. And I'm going to do stuff, which is not fun. Alrighty. Scorpwana out. Good night, everybody, and good night, Arctic Knight.